Good evening, good evening, good evening, guys. How is everyone doing today? We are here for Let's Talk About It. Guys, do me a favor. Put where you're watching from in the comments, your city, your state. If you are watching this live, type live in the comments. Also, if you happen to be catching this on the replay, type replay in the comments. But I am like super excited because today we are going to talk about health and wealth and why is health actually wealth, which is awesome because you guys know I love talking about ways to create wealth and different strategies that we can use, but it is also important that we focus on our health. And I'm just like super excited because I have this awesome woman that is going to be with me tonight. She is in the health and wellness industry, which is super cool because that is how I started in the home-based business industry in the health and wellness. So we connected immediately when I reached out to her and messaged her just to say, hey, and then I realized what she was doing. And I was like, oh no, we got to do more and actually talk to people about why health is wealth. So I'm just super excited to introduce Carrie Ann Graham. She is Carrie Ann. Oh, she's here. So I'm super excited to introduce her because she is such a bundle of joy. She has the most awesome personality and she is growing her business with her health and wellness company, and she is like on the move. She's constantly posting, she's going live, explaining to people her journey with her health and wellness products. And I'm just like super excited for her to share this information with you guys and how actually these products and how it has changed her life. I'm not sure why Carrie Ann is not coming up here. I think she froze, but that is okay. So I'm actually going to keep going because she'll pop up in a second. But I love talking about wealth, right? I also think that health is important because, like I mentioned, I used to be in that space before. Hey, Carrie Ann, there you go.
Hey,
How are you?
I am good. I
Yes, so
am
you
really, really
froze
good.
just for a second, but I wanted you to introduce yourself and tell them which organization that you're with that actually started you on your health and wellness journey.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ninchi.
You're
My
welcome.
name is my name is Carrie Ann Graham. I am an affiliate of Vida Divina Network Marketing. So I embark upon this network marketing company, which is a health and wellness network marketing company through an associate. And because I was going downhill with my health. So last year, I was diagnosed with hypertension. Hypertension is high blood pressure. I am in the health and wealth industry. My job is taking care of the sick, the elderly, and the disabled. So
Mhm.
it is a very hectic job. So it does brings on a lot of stress on you, but I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. I would never give it up for the world.
Awesome.
So here I am, diagnosed with hypertension. And doctor did put me on a medication. I decide, you know what? I'm just going to do a back check on this medication. And I did. And there were side effects. So I said to myself, why would I take a medication which is going to have side effects? So, but it's not going to cure my hypertension. So then I started doing research and finding natural resources.
Mm.
And that's how Vita came into my life. So I immediately came off the high blood pressure tablets and went on the Vita Divina Detox tea, which is one of our awesome products. It's the number one detox tea. And I start drinking this tea, and the tea has helped me so much with stabilizing my blood pressure.
Awesome.
I also Thank you. I also found out that I had fibers. And I said, no, I am just in my 40s. I should be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started to get so caught up and doing more research about the products, about how do I start selling the products? How do I go about helping myself and helping others? So I realized they had tablets. They had tablets. The name of it is the Venus tablets for women, and it is good for fibers and it's good for cleaning the womb, and it helps you. So here I am on these products. I felt so energetic. I felt so it's cleansing and detoxing my body. I felt so renewed. Normally the hypertension would get me so dizzy, so weak. And if you don't take your blood pressure seriously,
Mm-hmm.
it can actually lead to a stroke. A
Yes.
lot of people who has stroke is because they do not take their medication, or they don't take hypertension seriously. So
Mm-hmm.
your blood pressure races, and you just have a stroke. And a stroke, one stroke can kill you.
Yes.
So Vida de Vida came into my life when I needed help.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a natural resource that can help me get well without side effects. We have a lot of products, and I would love to share it with you.
Excellent. So I think that thank you so much for sharing, because a lot of people don't want to talk about their personal health because they're embarrassed, or they may think that they're alone in this journey, or they just don't really know who they can go to that's not going to judge them or whatever. But high blood pressure is not always about the way that you eat. It could be a genetic thing. And a lot of people don't even understand or know that they have it until sometimes it reaches that stroke. And then that's when they find out about it. They have headaches, or they feel tired. Or like you said, they just don't feel right, but they don't know what's wrong with them. And what you said about how I just lost it. What you said about medication and the side effects and things like that, I think that is so important that we talk about that. We'll get into the products in a second, but that we talk about the cost of medication. So many people are on medications because there is no cure, or there is no
I can't hear
holistic way
Nisha. I don't
to.
know.
Can you hear me? There is no holistic way to get rid of whatever ailment they have. So we rely on medications. And a lot of times that actually puts people in debt, which is how your health and wealth are connected. So if you are someone who is on tons of medications, and every month you are spending so much money to refill your medication because you have high blood pressure, you have diabetes, you have aches and pains and all these things going on. You're spending probably 100 to 200 bucks a month on medication for these things, as opposed to using natural remedies such as your products, so that we don't have to spend so much money on medications. And that could actually help us grow wealth, because now we have more cash flow instead of spending that money on medication and feeding the pharmacy. Oh my gosh, I lost my train. What is it? Not the pharmacy companies, the I can't even get the word right. But basically, the people that provide the medicine, basically paying all of their expenses by us constantly buying medications each month. So what the product that you use for your high blood pressure, how soon did you start seeing a difference after you started the product?
Okay. To be honest with you, Nishi, I think I started to feel better in a week.
Mm,
Because what happened with our bodies is that a lot of foods that we eat, are stored inside our bodies, and it causes toxicity.
Mm-hmm.
And those toxic that is inside of us is what give us sickness in our colon, in So
Yeah.
by detoxing the body, it helps the body to function better.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I went on it, I started to feel better
Awesome.
because I'm cleaning my body. As I said, I started to feel energized. I started to feel I want to do more, physically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that the high blood pressure, when it comes on, I feel lousy. And that feeling went. So I was like, no, this tea is doing something for me. But the body do function better when it is clean.
Yes. Yes. And did you also change your diet once you started using the products as well?
Yes, I did. I
Yeah.
started to eat a lot more fruits.
Mm-hmm.
I I must say, I haven't gave up on meat completely, but I do
Mm-hmm.
cut back because I've been eating meat since I was a child. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's not easy to give up on meat, but the body wasn't made to eat meat. The body doesn't digest meat properly. And all those meat toxicity, it stays inside us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not all of it leave the body. So what happens to us is that those things that stays there, they intend to form sicknesses, diabetes, our colon is blocked. It intends to give us high blood pressure and it forms a lot of sicknesses. And here
Mm-hmm.
we are, we don't know how to get rid of all these sicknesses. So it is good to detox the body because if you, there is nothing as, let me give you a brief story.
Okay.
A young man who does farm work, and that's what he does for a living. He goes away and he does farm work. And he will come by my house sometimes and I cook tomato and I will cook like put a little tomato in his food or stuff. And he said to me, I don't eat tomato. But I said, isn't that what you farm when you go abroad? He said to me, yes, but the chemical that they spray on it, I don't want to eat it. So I'm like,
Mm.
okay. So we are here thinking to ourselves, these are these vegetables and fruits, they're natural, they're organic. But the only time you can get organic foods is if you plant it yourself because
Mm-hmm.
they're all sprayed with chemical. And these chemical, when we eat them, they're inside of us.
Yes.
So we need to detox our body on a regular basis. And that's where Vita de Vita comes in to clean our system, to help prevent us from getting illnesses.
Excellent. And that's excellent point because that was actually something that we were taught when like I said, when I was doing my health and wellness business years ago. And that was how I learned about, how all of these chemicals that are on our fruits and vegetables and how we have to wash them. And if you can peel them, take the peel off so that you don't get that stuff on the outside. And this is education that is not being taught to us on a regular basis. So like you mentioned, we go to the grocery store and we think like, oh, I got the fruits and the vegetables, I'm being healthy, but we're not educated and know that we're still putting chemicals in our body based on the way that they harvest this fruit and vegetables. So thank you so much for bringing that up because that is an excellent point, and that is something that we need to know and understand that, even though it looks healthy, it's green, it's yellow, it's red, we still need to be careful from those chemicals. And another thing I wanted to talk about is the meat. So, I still eat meat. I know a few of my friends are vegans. I'm not ready to cross that road yet. But I know that also grass fed animals is supposed to be better than, if they're farm raised, or I don't really know all the difference. But what is your thoughts on that? And do you think like we still run into the same problems that we do with the fruits and vegetables as far as grass fed? Do we still have those chemicals in the grass fed animals?
I think it is better to eat grass-fed animal. It has to be better, you know, but the body is still not meant to eat meat. So we just have to continue on a healthy path, eat healthy, and clean our system continuously. Because it is going to be hard to get people off meat, especially if you're used to it. I would encourage that you do, but it's not going to be easy because I am guilty of that as well. I haven't stopped. I've just cut back on eating meat.
Yep. And how often do you detox?
I detox like twice for the month. So it's 4 weeks in a month.
Woo! Twice a month. Okay.
There's 4 weeks. There is 4 weeks in the month. So I take 2 weeks of detox for myself. If you're just going on the tea, you know, you probably have a lot of toxicity inside you. So you have to continue till you feel like, you know, I feel good now, you know, then I can go on it. But it all depends on you. It all depends on you.
So my next question, because I really don't have much of a filter. So as far as the detox, because I have used some detox in my life, and I know that a lot of our toxicity is in our bowels. So is it more of cleaning out your bowels? What does it consist of? So like, are you going to be on the toilet for a long time when you're doing this detox, or what is it that somebody could look forward to with the detox process? Because, you know, the ones I've done, they clean you out, which is excellent, but you know, what can someone expect?
Okay. I'm going to tell you from my experience, because I can speak for myself. Okay. What it does send you to the toilet, because that's how you get rid of toxic.
Okay.
But this detox tea, it surprises me because it makes me urinate as well. And I realize the more I'm on it, my urination is getting pure and clean. And I'm like, well, this not only sending me to the toilet to defecate, it's also sending me to clean my urine, you know, clean that part of me as well. So yeah, it works both ways, but you do, because that's how you're going to get rid of the toxic. There's no other way to get rid of toxic.
So
it's through the bowels.
Yes, your bowels. Thank you. So someone asked, how are you detoxing and what teas or herbal capsules are you using? So can you, go ahead.
Okay. I am on Te Vita Detox Tea, and it's a Vita Divina products. I'm also on the Venus vitamin for my fibers. So those are the two things I take for myself. I recently just started taking the brain, because what the brain does, that's another capsule that helps the brain. It helps you to focus. So if you have children going to school, if your job is like working on the computer and you want to retain stuff, it helps with that, you know? So those are the two that I'm on, the Te Vita Detox Tea, the Venus vitamins, and I just recently started taking the brain. But we have a lot of other products that I can introduce to you guys.
That's awesome, because sometimes my brain it'd be like two different places and I'm right here. So we might have to chat afterwards and I'll see, because, you know, I have a difficult time focusing sometimes, because I have so much that I want to get done. So like I'm all over the place. So that's a great point that you brought up too with school, because, you know, my son, he was doing virtual schooling, and sometimes it was difficult for him to focus because, you know, he's home where he had the cats here, all these things are going on, and he's not in that environment where all they're doing is education. Now he has other distractions. So having something that helps us focus is so important, because you know life is crazy, and then we're trying to be productive with our businesses, with work, and then we can't because life is crazy. So that, I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm sure so many people can actually use that to help them kind of get through their day if they're not already doing something different to help them with that. But it's funny because Destiny said every time she does her detox, she's stuck on the toilet. Trevor also said the body, it has to get out the body. We gotta be go, 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 but we're gonna be on the toilet, which is okay. Because I know when I have done detoxes in the past and I've gone, right? I do feel so much better. Like you mentioned before, I have so much more energy. Like I feel like a brand new person, and it's like so hard to explain it to someone who is not experiencing that process like you are. But it's an amazing feeling, and it's crazy because I don't necessarily want to detox because I get super skinny. So
Oh my God.
so a little transparency. That is why I avoid detoxes, so I can keep my weight as much as possible. But I understand the importance of that, because yes, the body feels so much better when we get rid of all those toxins, and we actually just balance our body out, and we're actually in an alkaline state. So I do know a lot about that because I did physical education degree, so I understand the importance of being balanced and alkaline. But I'm going to actually share a couple of things, like point on a couple of things that Carrie Ann mentioned, but also the reason why health is our greatest wealth. And one of them that she mentioned was that when healthy people are actually more productive. So if you think about on your days that you feel amazing, you are able to get so much more work done. I'm telling you, it's like you're like almost saying like, who is this person? Like, oh my gosh, I got so much accomplished. You know, every time I do my workouts in the morning, I can definitely say that I am more productive throughout the day. My body feels like it has a lot more energy on days that I eat the things that I should be eating. I just feel better. So it actually allows me to do the things that I have to do better, right? If anybody can relate to that, put a fire emoji in the comments. If you work out or if you've had a good meal, it helps you be more productive. Put a fire emoji in the comments if you could actually relate to that. One of the other reasons why health is actually another form of wealth is because, like I mentioned before, medical bills and expenses. So I used to work in the healthcare field, and my job was to enroll people into health insurance who came into the hospital and they didn't have health insurance. So for whatever reason, they had an accident, maybe a car accident or something happened. They fell down, got a cut, or they maybe had a stroke, like Carrie Ann mentioned, and they now needed to be in the hospital. But because they didn't see the importance of having health insurance and they felt like they were fairly healthy, but yet they probably weren't doing the things that they were supposed to, they ended up in the hospital without health insurance. So now we all know, guys, health care is so expensive. When you go into the hospital, you're already paying $10,000 for your visit just to see the doctor. So if you are not someone who takes care of your body, that could actually put you in a very tough financial space. So now you are trying to pay off a $10,000 up to $100,000 medical bill on top of all of your other debt that you had. And it's a bill that you weren't expecting, or it's a bill that you could have avoided had you taken care of your body or had health insurance like you were supposed to. Or sometimes I understand that people will get a health insurance plan that is a little cheaper, but it doesn't have as much coverage, and then they end up in those positions where now they are paying astronomical health insurance or healthcare bills because they did not position themselves to have proper healthcare. So that is why it is important that we take care of our health so we can hopefully avoid those medical bills that we are not expecting. I wish Carrie Ann is back. There she is. Okay. And then I'm going to share one more reason why health is our greatest wealth is it also gives you confidence. So, hey, Carrie Ann. So it also gives you confidence. So when you are feeling your best, you had that good workout, right? You had that good meal, you're detox, you're clean. Don't tell me you're not walking down the street with a little extra pep in your step. So when you are healthy and feeling good, it actually allows you to be more confident, actually embrace who you are, be happy with who you are, walk with your head up because you know you feel good inside. And that is so important because sometimes, we don't maybe talk to that girl or that guy because we're not feeling our best, or we may be afraid to public speak because we don't feel so great, or we may be afraid to come on live and present because we don't feel good about ourselves. But when we know that we are taking care of our bodies, because we are being healthy and detoxing and eating the proper things, that could build your confidence and actually help you build your business or build whatever it is that you're building. So Carrie Ann, was there anything else that you wanted to add? Because what I was doing was just sharing with them some reasons why health is another form of wealth, and why it is important that, one, we have health insurance, and then also staying healthy, like I just mentioned, and build your confidence. But was there anything else that you wanted to add of why it is important to be healthy, or why it's important to detox, or why anything that you want to add?
Okay, it is very very important for us to be healthy. I've lost a friend in December from cancer, and he was well off. And he said to me, I wish I could take your place. Don't ever complain a day in your life. Live, love, and laugh. So here is a person who is sick, dying, and he has all the wealth in the world that he could have enjoyed with his family and friends, but yet still he could not.
Oh, we lost her, but that was like impactful. Y'all know I'm a crybaby. I'm probably gonna be crying in a second. Maybe that was a sign that she needs to get cut off. But she's coming back up. She's coming back up.
I'm right here. Oh, so here I am looking at this friend of mine dying with all this wealth. And I'm saying to myself, well, why do they say money is wealth when you have money and you can't enjoy it because you don't have health?
Yes.
And that's when I came up with the phrase with team members that health is wealth. Because if you have health, you can enjoy life. But if you don't have health and you have money, you cannot enjoy it. So me, and health is wealth. Health is wealth.
Thank you for sharing that, because I've never experienced that before, where I knew someone who was wealthy but was in a position to where they were dying or in a really bad space as far as their health. But that is an important point, because it doesn't matter how much money you have, you can't buy back life. You can't buy back time. You can't buy back the things that you've done that maybe could have ruined your health when you were younger. We can't buy those things. So even though people say, "Oh, wealthy people get great health care," they get access to medications and things that people who may not be in that same financial space get access to. Yeah, that's fine. But there's some things that medications cannot fix or slow down. So, such as cancer, someone in that position, there's only so much medication and treatment that you can get until your body can no longer withstand that treatment. So all of that radiation and chemotherapy, your body can only take so much of that, because like you mentioned, our body thrives on fruits and vegetables and natural things. So when you are putting chemicals and toxics into your body, there is no way that your wealth could get you out of that situation, because your body is ultimately the thing that is in control of that situation. So thank you so much for sharing that, because it's important that people understand that we can have all the money in the world, but if we are not taking care of our body and doing the things that we should be doing, we cannot enjoy that money. Which is why I think it's also important. Sometimes I see people say like, "Oh, I've been up 20 hours. I'm grinding because I'm a business owner." But why? Your body needs to rest so that it can function properly. If you are not getting the right sleep and the amount of rest that you need so that your body can be at 100%, your wealth, it means nothing. It means nothing, because like you mentioned, you can't enjoy that money that you've now earned from basically beating your body up, because now you've ruined it, which is so crazy. But that's what we think. Oh yeah, if I don't take a break, that means I'm actually putting in the work and I'm productive. No, you're not. You're not productive, because your body is tired. You can't focus, like you mentioned, right? You have all these things going on, and your system needs to reset by getting that rest that it needs. So Carrie Ann, I am like super excited that we got a chance to talk about your products, talk about your experience, talk about your journey with your products that you're using, and allow other people to hear about them, because I really feel like a lot of people need to hear more of what your products do, and how you can help them in their journey to living a healthier life. So Carrie Ann, let them know how they can contact you. Excuse me. Also, if you have a website, I can type it in the comments for them. But just basically let them know how they can reach you. So if they are interested in any of your products, or they want to hear more about what you're doing, because maybe they're also interested in your opportunity as a home-based business owner, because we advocate, at least I do, I advocate having a home-based business, because it is so important that we take advantage of the tax incentives that is connected to a home-based business. So some people may not be interested in talking about money like I do, but they may connect with being healthy and living a healthier life. So what you're doing might actually be something that they feel comfortable and confident about sharing with other people. And they may actually use the products for themselves to better their life. So tell us where you want them to go, how they can connect with you, so that they can get in touch with you after we're done live here.
I have a website. It's Miss G.
Is it
Dot Vida Divina.
Is it MIS G?
Yes. Miss G. Mrs. G. Sorry. MIS. G. Dot Vida Divina. .com.
All right, I'm gonna mess this up. You gotta spell it all out for me. So MISS.
So it's MIMRS.
Okay.
G.
Yep.
Dot Vida Divina.
VI.
.com.
VI.
VI.
Mm-hmm.
DA.
Yep.
DIVINA.
Yep. Okay. .com.
.com.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. But yes.
If you don't get it right, I can always comment and let them. So you can go to Mrs. G at vitadevita.com, and you will see all the products. You will see what the products are good for, how they can help you, how they can prevent you from a lot of illnesses, and how you can enhance your life in a healthy way. Or you can reach me on my number, which is 1345 327 1120.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Awesome. So I put both of those in the comments. Guys, if I got it wrong, reach out to Carrie Ann and message her. But this was super awesome. And like, I love connecting with other people. I'm so glad that I reached out to you and we were able to connect because this is just important that people actually think about their health and actually start doing things differently. We want to live life and have this abundance and be so happy and do all these things. But if we're only making it to the age of 40 and 45, what do we have to look forward to? Nothing. Because we're still young at that age, but because we didn't do the things that we were supposed to do when we were young. Absolutely.
Can I mention something, Nisha? Yep. Excuse me. Have you noticed age is not killing people these days? It's disease. No. It's the disease. It's diagnosis and disease. And if we can take care of ourselves and keep the body clean, we can prevent ourselves from getting these illnesses. We can. And we can live a little longer.
Yes. And you know, I'm glad you said that, because now that goes into the wealth conversation, because people are living longer. Now that means Social Security is an issue, because you live in Jamaica, right?
No, I'm in Cayman.
Cayman. Do you have Social Security like we have in the United States? Like Social Security where you retire and they give you like a check each month?
Oh, like a check. Okay. Yes, we have pensions.
Okay.
Yes.
So because our system is based on, you know, people retiring when they're 65 and not living much longer than that, you know, our system is going to, you know, they plan to fund all these people's lives until they die. But we are now living a lot longer, which is an issue, because now we're going to run out of Social Security. So it is important that we position ourselves so that we have the income and the wealth that we need from our home-based business. Or if we work, we're making sure that we put enough money away in our retirement. So if, God forbid, Social Security goes away or our pension goes away, we have a backup plan from our businesses so that, you know, we can actually live a fulfilling life when we're in our 70s and our 80s, and not be living on that paycheck or small amount because we didn't actually position ourselves when we were younger and healthier and able to work and thrive and do all these things that we want to do. So I'm glad that you brought that up, that, you know, people are living longer. But at the same time, the people who do pass away, they're passing away from disease. It's not because of old age. They're just passing away because there's so much toxicity in their body, and we are not consuming the things that we need to consume. We're eating all of these chemicals and we're thinking that we're being healthy, or we're eating meat that has tons of antibiotics in it. So our body is constantly fighting off of these things when our body doesn't function that way naturally. Let's see. Doctors need to be mindful of cultural ways that we cook. Yes, that is true, Tarsha. And the other thing is the way that we cook. You know, it's funny because I love me some fried chicken. I am not gonna lie, I love fried chicken, y'all, but I know that stuff is not healthy for us. So a lot of times we need to come up with different ways to cook our food so that it tastes just as good, but we're not consuming all of those unhealthy fats, and consuming the proper fats. And, we're not over seasoning our food, but seasoning it naturally with herbs and, things like that. So yes, Tarsha brought up a point that doctors need to be mindful of the cultural way that we cook. So I don't know. I know I love your culture's foods. I have a friend who every time I go over her family's house, oh my God, the food is just amazing, but everything is just so fresh. And when you eat it, you kind of feel energized. You don't feel weighed down. So I love the way that your culture cooks because everything is so fresh and clean, and it just feels good when you're eating it.
Thank you.
Yes. So I don't have anything else. I'm just like excited because I just love this conversation. I just had a lot of fun with it. But is there anything else that you wanted to add before we end this?
I would like to encourage everyone to just start taking their health seriously.
Hmm.
Just start taking your health seriously, because we work every day. We go running back and forth every day, but then we're not thinking about our health.
Mm-hmm.
And if we are eating meats, as I said, and the body's not meant to process the meat properly, so a lot of that helps us get in illnesses. Please detox these toxins as often as you can. When you see a child running up and down, it's because their organs are healthy.
Mm.
And the older we get, our organs, our energy, everything slows down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when I went on these products, because I was slowing down. I was slowing down. But
Mm-hmm.
at 40, why am I slowing down at 40? I'm
Right.
so young. So getting my body clean, detox on a regular basis, it helps to give me energy. I feel much lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm encouraging you all to put your health first. We all need money. We all have to work. We all have to pay bills. I do understand. But make sure you put your health first.
Yes.
Keep
So,
healthy.
mm-hmm. I actually had one question for you as you were talking. I was thinking, what are some of the things that people could look out for that is like a sign that maybe they should start paying attention to what it is that they're eating and consuming? So, what type of symptoms or signs?
I'm glad you mentioned that, because your body can actually tells you when it needs to be detox.
Mm-hmm.
You start feeling pain in the joints.
Mm.
You have headache. You're tired.
Mm.
All these bad feelings. You can't sleep
Mm.
properly. All these bad feeling is toxicity inside your body. A lot of headaches. We might say, you know what? I'm going to take a Panadol. I'm going to take an Advil. But it helps, but it's not really helping your body.
Mm.
So 90% of the time, our body really needs a good cleaning.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I'm glad that I think I need a detox. I had headaches,
You
but
do need
all the other stuff. But in all seriousness, no, that is good, because a lot of times we blow those things off because we connect it to
yeah,
something else. Like, oh, I had a bad day, so that's why I had a headache, or I'm tired because I had a long day, or I can't sleep because I'm worried about something. But those could be signs, like you said, that it's time to detox your body. So thank you so much for mentioning those, because we should all do a little checklist, right? And write down those things. So even if it happens maybe once a week, or it's every so often, make a journal or do something so that you can keep up with your body when you're feeling these things. So you can kind of connect it to something and say, is it time for a detox, or is it connected to, just a bad day or whatever. So that is very important. Tarsha asked, do you recommend a raw juice cleanse?
I do. I also do.
Do
Yes.
you have a recipe?
Natural 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 herbs and resources is the healing of the nation. So anything that is natural, I recommend.
Gotcha. And
so we do have a supplement, which is the lean shake. So if you're tired of this heavy meal, the fried chicken and all that every day, you can actually get the lean shake. It is a protein drink, that it is a meal replacement. And I do, yes, anything that is natural. I said anything that is natural is good for the body.
awesome.
Good
And
for the body.
so Tarsha also asked for how long. So do you drink shakes every day, or do you kind of go on and off of them?
I go on and off on them. Like this week, I decide, you know what? I'm just going to cut back on the heavy food. I'm just going to have shakes.
Yep. Yep.
And it does give you energy.
Excellent. And it's convenient, especially if you're on the go. You can make a shake, put it in the thing, bring it
You
in the
can put your
car.
banana. You
Yep.
can put your fruits in there. You can put your peanuts. You can put your natural herbs in there, and you just blend that together.
Excellent.
With your little spices, and you go.
Excellent. So guys, get your shakes in your in your protein. Do you have recipes? It is intermittently. So do you have any shake recipes that you use that you can maybe share with people after we're off, that we can send them a link?
Oh yes, we have a lot of recipe. Vita Divina group, they have a lot of recipe, because they put out a lot of videos on different recipe that they blend with the shake, but it's mostly fruits.
Excellent.
Banana with a peanut. You can probably put your little spice with that, some oatmeal, and you just blend that shake with it, and you go.
I love it. That's easy. You can't go wrong with that. So my question,
and it's healthy.
It is. And my question is, because I used to do the shakes, but we only had 2 flavors when I was in my old health and wellness thing. Do you have flavors, or do you have one that's like flavorless that, you can kind of mix with anything?
We have 5 different flavors. We have the vanilla. We have strawberry. We have banana. We have cookie and cream. And we also have chocolate. So there's a lot of choice you guys can have. Yes. You have choices. 5 wonderful, delicious flavors.
Excellent. Excellent. So that's awesome, guys. You can't go wrong with that. You got a quick breakfast, or you can do it as a lunch if you want to pack something and you don't want to cook or whatever. So if you're into the protein shakes or you want something convenient, that is awesome. Trevor wants to know, how is the cookies and cream? How does it taste?
Oh, gee. Awesome. Awesome. Trevor, you need to get on it. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Because
delicious.
It almost sounds like a treat. So you might just be eating protein shakes all day.
And let me mention to you the reishi mushroom. I need you guys, you can go and research it. The reishi mushroom, the Ganoderma lucidum. It is an herb. It is the king of all herbs, and all our products are infused with the reishi mushroom.
Mm.
It is the foundation of Vita Divina. It is good for your immune system. It gives you so much energy. It helps to prevent men from prostate. It cleanses the body. Go and research the reishi mushroom, because the reishi mushroom has been around for decades,
Mm.
but we are not educated on it.
Mm.
So by me getting illness and joining this awesome company, Vita Divina, I start doing research. So guys, get on the reishi mushroom. It is get on all our products because they're infused, sorry, with the reishi mushroom.
All right, Carrie, I need you to spell that for me. Rishi. We'll do.
After we finish the live, I'll type all of these
Thank you.
information in.
Thank you, because
You're
I'm a hot
welcome.
mess. I'm a hot mess over here. But I'm
You're
definitely gonna
welcome.
I'm gonna look that up because I'm just so
Yes.
interested in stuff, because this is stuff I have never heard of that before. So Tarsha also mentioned sea moss or soursop. I know that sea moss has tons of health benefits, but I don't use it. But I know that it is something that a lot of people are using nowadays. So these things are stuff that we need to be educated on so that we can stop feeding our bodies with so many
The Bible tells
chemicals.
us,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yep.
Bible tells us
Mm-hmm.
that the herbs, the trees are the healing of the nation. Revelation 22, verse 2. It tells us. It
Excellent.
tells us.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, just keep healthy, stay healthy.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Carrie Ann, for your time. I definitely hope that you have some people that reach out to you for your products. I know there's definitely a few things that I'm interested in trying, because one, I need to focus. I definitely need to focus. And I think it's probably time for a detox so I can sleep a little better and, all those things that you mentioned. So, we'll definitely be in touch either way. But I appreciate your time. I appreciate you sharing and educating everyone who took the time to watch, even if it was for a few minutes, because there was so much value in this conversation. And we need to pay attention to our body, watch those signs that tells us it is time for a detox. It is time to do something different. Listen to our body that says, there's something bad is about to happen. Do something quick before you end up in the hospital with that medical bill or whatever. So again, I appreciate your time. I'm glad that you were able to talk about your products and also your opportunity, because I understand that you are also looking to build your business. So anyone who is definitely looking for an opportunity that where they can educate others on health, also start improving their health, you are the person that they need to contact, because I'm sure your opportunity is one that can benefit them and also help them bring some additional income into their household so that they can start focusing on their debt and getting their finances in a better space. So Carrie Ann, thank you so much for your time. I so appreciate you joining me on a Tuesday night after you got out of work, taking care of patients. But thanks again so much. Good night, guys. We'll be back again
Good
at some
night.
point.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We'll be back at some point for Let's Talk About It. I am super random with it. It all just kind of depends on where the mood goes and what's in the atmosphere. So if you ever want to be a guest on Let's Talk About It, and you have something that you feel we can educate people on, that we can connect what you are talking about with wealth, definitely let's connect so that you can share your opportunities, share your vision, share what's on your mind, what's on your heart, that you want other people to hear about, because we are here to talk about it, be transparent, and just have fun with it. So guys, I am Nashaya Richardson, financial coach for single moms, and I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7:15 a.m. for Wealth Wednesday, and we're going to talk something about money, of course, but we definitely talked about how health is wealth, and that is the ultimate wealth. So I think that it is so important that we keep that in the forefront of our head and focus on that. And Tarsha says she recommends Trevor and Jason for the next Let's Talk About It. That would be like super exciting. I actually, Carrie Ann, I actually want to do a barbershop edition. It was actually Tarsha's idea, and she felt like I should get some men up here to kind of change the flow of everything, change the vibration, change the energy. I'm just like so open to talk to anybody. I don't care, but but I'm like, I actually want to do that. So we will have a barbershop edition where we will have men up here talking about something. I don't know, but you'll definitely be invited. I'll let you know whenever that is. So hopefully you can join us and tune in to hear what the men have
to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be glad too. I'll be sitting on the sideline just waiting to hear how the conversation goes.
Yes.
Yeah. So thanks again for taking this time with me, and we are going to end the night, guys. Have an awesome day, awesome evening. Stay safe, and we'll be back again. I'll be back again tomorrow at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Later.